Please stand for our invocation led by Reverend Irvin Boykin, Mount Gerizim Missionary Baptist Church, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Or be before these great and august body of men and women. Lord, we thank you for keeping us safe each day and protecting us from evil and wickedness throughout your city. Now, Lord, we pray that you continue to bless them and guide them through their most difficult and complicated decisions as they must make throughout this council meeting. Lord, we just pray for each citizen of Mobile and everybody that is involved here, their families. Lord, we pray that you hold them in the palm of your hand. Please bless us in the days ahead as you have in the days gone by. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, President Manzi.
Here.
Vice President Small.
Here.
Councilmember Richardson.
Here.
Councilmember Williams.
Here.
Councilmember Daves.
Here.
Councilmember Rich.
Here.
Councilmember Gregory.
Here.
Statement of rules.
Good morning.
Morning.
Glad to see each and every one of you. The rules of the council meeting are as follows. We first ask that you would turn off or silence all of your electronic devices upon entering the council meeting. Any person desiring to address the council must sign in indicating the resolution, ordinance, appeal, or public hearing agenda item before entering the meeting. When addressing the council, we ask that you clearly state for the record both your name and your address. Any person desiring to speak on a non-agenda item must contact the city clerk's office on the Thursday preceding the Tuesday in which you'd like to speak by 2 p.m. We ask that all of your commentary be pertinent to City of Mobile business. Any person that doesn't follow those directives won't be granted the opportunity to speak. Speakers are allowed 5 minutes. A bell will sound to indicate the end of 4 minutes. 1 minute remains where you can make all of your summary. The second bell indicates that your time has expired. When addressing the council, we ask that there be no personal address to any individual council member. As you make all of your statements, questions, inquiries to myself, who serves as chair, and we will recognize any council member who wishes to respond. To maintain decorum, we ask that there be no undue applause or public outcry during the course of this particular meeting. Those are our rules, and we certainly appreciate your interest in your municipality.
Approval of minutes of October 15th and 17th.
So moved. Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Great job as always.
Communications from the mayor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see everybody this morning. Appreciate you taking time to be here. My first thing I would like to mention is one of sadness, and would ask for everybody to please keep Eva Golson in their prayers. Son John recently died in a motorcycle accident. Eva is the director of the Mobile Film Office. She's been here for many, many, many years. I'm sure with a broken heart that she will attend those services today, so please keep Eva Golson in your prayers. Next item was that last week, Wednesday, George Talbot and John Sledge and myself joined about 30 plus other Mobilians, plus probably 10 dignitaries from the state of Alabama, and we went to Havana, Cuba. And Havana is one of our sister cities. We were helping or participating in their 500th birthday. Mobile's 317 years old, or 318, and so they've been obviously at it much longer than we have. But we were joined by members of the Society Mobile La Habana, and they make sure that we maintain the sister city relationship through interaction in the arts and culture and government officials. Some of the dignitaries from the state level were representing the Department of Agriculture, plus 4 senators, Alabama state senators, and it was all trying to create more commerce for the state of Alabama. I think presently we ship something like 1 billion chickens to Cuba, and I think there's an opportunity to ship more than that. Also, while we were there, we had an opportunity to put a plaque on a statue of D'Iberville, and there's a statue of D'Iberville right by GovQuest by the amphitheater there. They are identical statues. The one in Havana, it's in the port of Havana, it faces Mobile, and ours faces the statue in Havana. We put a small bronze plaque, like so, on it, just saying in friendship and representative of our sister city relationship. To me, the coolest thing we did, though, was that we have paid to have a historic marker, somewhat like the historic markers that you see in downtown Mobile or around the city, and it is commemorating the fact that baseball in Cuba came to Mobile, Alabama. And I think it was 1858 they actually came. There were 3 baseball players. There were two of the 3, 2 of them were brothers. And they were playing baseball at Spring Hill College. And in 1864, they chose to run the blockade that was blocking the port of Mobile to try and go back to Cuba. And they took a baseball and a bat with them. And that's how baseball got started in Cuba, which not many people know, but anyway, there are obviously some of our historians know that, but we have a beautiful plaque that'll be on the site, located on the site where the first baseball game, organized baseball game was played in Cuba. John Sledge, who's the city's architectural historian, gave a great lecture on the likeness of our architecture and their architecture and the historic ties that exist between our 2 cities. For those of you that don't know John Sledge, just believe me when I tell you that he didn't get the title of being a historian. It wasn't just put upon him. He is, and he knows our history, and he certainly knows our history as it relates to Cuba, so it's fascinating to listen to him, tell those stories. We'll probably be coming back in the future and talk about a collaborative effort where a historian in Havana will team up with John Sledge and along with a Cuban photographer and a photographer named Chip Cooper who works affiliated with the University of Alabama, and they will do a book that shows the relationship between this exists between our 2 cities, whether it's the arts or whether it's the architecture. So I'm really excited about having that book, participating and having that book produced. I made a comment that would be somewhat like a coffee table book, and I found out that was very offensive to those that want to do the narrative writing, but anyway, for me and you, it's kind of like a coffee table book. And then I would like to compliment former Mayor Mike Dow, who 25 years ago established this sister city relationship. And to do so 25 years ago was truly amazing because he was doing it against the headwinds of our state government and our federal government. But hopefully, if relationships ever normalize between Cuba and the United States, that Mobile and the state of Alabama will be at the exact right spot to get the majority of what business may go between the United States and Cuba. So very excited about having an opportunity to have been there, and I think in the future things will be lucrative for the city of Mobile. I want to thank the City Council for passing the budget, the 2020 budget, and I'm certainly glad that we have settled litigation that existed between us. I believe that we're now aligned to make sure that we move the city forward at a fast pace in order to fulfill that the thought of having one Mobile becoming the safest, most business and family-friendly city in America. I'd also want to congratulate President Levon Manzi and Vice President C.J. Small on their recent election to those positions. So congratulations.
Executive Director DeLapp.
Good morning. I would like to, Council, I'd like to have Mr. John Peavy come down and recognize the employees and crew of the month for public services.
Good morning. Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mayor. As always, it's my pleasure to come before you to bring some outstanding employees of the Public Service Division. These are employees of both the Trash and the Solid Waste Division. We have an extra one from Solid Waste because he wasn't here last month when he received the award. These ladies and gentlemen are selected by their peers. We have committees in these departments. They select them based on their performance, their respect, their admiration, and their service to the citizens of the community. And they do an outstanding job, and I'd like to just briefly run through the ladies and gentlemen. Saturday Sineas was not here last time. He was on vacation in Haiti. Saturday's been here at the city, his first job when he came to the country 27 years ago. And is a star within the department when people started mentioning names of the outstanding employees. You know, you all seem to remember the ones you hear the names the most, either one way or the other at times. Saturday was always at the top of one of those of the star people. He runs one of the big automated trucks for the city. Thank you, Saturday. Willie Cobb? Tab. I know, I'm sorry. Willie's been with the city 19 years. He also operates one of the automated trucks. And without a doubt, although we've never really met that much since I've been here, his name was always the very first at the top of the list of people who was outstanding, who would be a natural for this award. Respected by everybody in his department, great service, great work ethic, and is a leader among all this great division. This is Taiwan Sanders. Taiwan's been with the city 15 years? Yes. Almost. He was shorter than I when you started. And to show the way the committee works, while the other gentlemen are on the automated, Taiwan is one of the rear workers on the side trucks, which is a demanding job, not that they all aren't, but it is also recognized industry-wise one of the riskiest, most hazardous jobs in the industry. And he does an excellent job, stays safe and stays healthy, and that's very important, and it shows to his dedication, his attention, and everything else he does. Thank you. Now, the trash department, you know, they work as a crew. That's why we have 3 here. Lyman, you come up. Lyman is the knuckle boom operator. He's the guy who's out there on the boom in the weather, picking up and doing the duties of the crew. Very important job, very risky job. Not only has to look out for what he's doing, he has to look out for power lines, but so does his driver and Jerome. You've been with the city, Lyman, 17 years, and selected by his own crew as one of the top operators, sets the standard. They have fun picking on each other and talk about quotas. Jerome? Lyman and Nicole are also on the committee on how they got selected. Jerome, thank you for all you do. You've been with the city 8 years, and look forward to a lot more. He's an example of where sitting in that truck can be sometimes. I'm coming along too, so we'll be together. So, thank you for everything you do. And Nicole? Nicole Clear, she's a favorite of mine. She's one. When I first got here, she was one. You were the only lady at that time, I think, in the department. And Nicole has been with the city 3 years. 3 years. Sets a high standard, is well respected, and does a wonderful job. And we appreciate everything you do.
Way to go, bro.
Stand behind the council, get a picture with the mayor.
Want to just stay seated and
Gonna tighten up,
we can kind of scooch in a little bit?
tighten up. Let's move in a little bit more so we can just get right behind us. Yeah.
Come on around here. On TV video.
Congratulations. Thank you for everything. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Nice to have a lady involved.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I opened up the door to 2 more. So. Yes, ma'am.
Good to hear.
Okay.
Now I'll tighten up.
Step up to the chair.
Yeah,
Get as close as you can here.
just don't push us off. No, just kidding.
Who are we looking at? Looking at John.
Great, thank you very much.
There you go. Awesome.
Thank you for all you do.
Thanks again, guys. Ladies.
Mary, are they going to be on the Facebook page today? All right.
They're going to be on before the meeting's over, which is
Nice to meet you. Congratulations. Thank you for
no
all you
delay.
do.
Worldwide.
Hey, you stand out in the crowd.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
we have one more announcement. Chief Batiste has the Officer of the Month. Officer of the Month.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mayor, City Council, Council President. It gives me great pleasure to stand here this morning to recognize one of Mobile's finest. Officer Jensen Ward has rendered service to the city which deserves special recognition. In September, he serviced 101 calls, backed calls, made 6 felony arrests, 10 misdemeanor arrests, and 12 citations. On September the 12th, Officer Ward engaged 2 loiterers in conversation and discovered one had a felony for distributing controlled substance and made an arrest. 2 weeks later, he investigated a vehicle in a vacant lot and discovered a known drug dealer asleep in the driver's seat and found drug paraphernalia on the console. His keen observation led to the discovery of marijuana, crack cocaine, and Xanax pills. His initiative, enthusiasm, and excellence in the performance of his overall duties shows a proactive police style that is tremendous, which is a tremendous asset to the city of Mobile, and in particular the first precinct. Where Councilman C.J. Small is the council representative. So we're grateful to have someone like Officer Jensen Ward doing the job that he does in our community and making our community safer. Congratulations. Thank you all.
Mr. Davis, Mr. Williams.
Do you want to, John, do you want to read? You want me to read half of it? Let me do that. Mr. President, Councilman Williams and I are delighted to be here today to recognize American Legion Post 3rd, the proclamation, and we're going to read that with your permission. Whereas American Legion Post 3, located in downtown Mobile, is one of the very first American Legion organizations in Alabama, the United States, and the world. And whereas Post 3, named after war hero Captain Lamar Young McLeod, settled into the historic Kennedy House in its 30th year and made that post house famous for service to veterans, military organizations, and the community. And whereas for many decades, Post 3 exhibited monumental leadership in the Alabama military and veteran community, achieving outstanding veteran programs, working with the Alabama Department of Veterans Affairs, the William F. Green Veterans Home, the Spanish Fort Veterans Cemetery, and a new Veterans Administration outpatient facility. And
Whereas 4 years ago, after years of decline, Post 3 organized its membership, and the Kennedy House was completely restored by a community organization and has become one of Mobile's treasured landmarks. And whereas this year marks Post 3's centennial year of providing service to Alabama and its veterans, gaining national recognition for recent achievements and tremendous membership growth, while returning it to a high-performance South Alabama Veteran Service Organization. Now, therefore, we, John Williams, Councilmember District 4, and Joel Daves, Councilmember District 5, along with the entire Mobile City Council, do hereby proclaim this day, Tuesday, October 22nd, as American Legion Post 3 Day in the city of Mobile, and all of its citizens to join us in this momentous occasion.
On behalf of the American Legion Post 3, I would like to thank the council for this recognition of the American Legion on the 100th anniversary. Thank you.
Thank you.
Turn around and get a photograph.
Continued success.
Thank you Thanks so much for coming.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here.
Y'all can make a break for us.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good to see you again, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. President?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I would like to recognize the students of BC Rain High School that is present with us this morning, along with their advisor, Mrs. Salter. I'm going to ask them would they please stand, and right before they would like to take a picture with them with the council, but we also have the FBLA president, Mrs. Tanori Edwards. Miss Edwards, she's the president of FBLA, and also she is an apprentice at Airbus. We know Airbus is now hiring high school students, and I'd like for her to come and inform the council, the mayor, and the city of Mobile what Airbus is doing for her, to let Mobile know that all our hard work is not going in vain, especially for our youth.
All right.
Ms. Edwards had an opportunity to sit in the debates this morning too. Mayor, take a chair.
Well, my name is Tanor Edwards. I'm currently at Airbus. When I first signed up for it, it was like a real job. We had to go through an interview, and I thought it was gonna be like hard work, but it's actually like a school, and they treat us like family. And we have like a lot of activities. And we just recently had 3 tests, and I passed them all.
So is aviation is in your career path?
No, sir, but it's an idea.
Giving you an idea?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right then. We're also going to ask the FBLA students and also Salter, will y'all come down and take a picture with the council, please?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tighten up again.
Yes.
Step right to the chairs, step up right behind the chair.
Why don't we don't fight? Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Good to meet you. Good luck to you. Thank you.
Monthly finance report.
Mr. President, as is usual this time of the year, there is no monthly financial report. And that has to do with the fact that Mobile, like most municipalities, is on a modified accrual accounting system, which means that we report transactions that may be occurring after the close of the month for the month that they correspond with. So for September, we wait until all those accruals have taken place, which generally take place during the month of October prior to the 20th, and then we receive reports of those during the early part of November, and then are able to report to you the year-end internal financial statements during November. So we will include that next month. Thank you.
Thank you.
Adoption of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and second, any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It is adopted.
Appeals, we have requests for a waiver of the noise ordinance on November 30th in Public Safety Memorial Park, on November 2nd, on Dolphin Street, October 26th, on Palmetto Street.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and second, any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Public hearings. Today is the public hearing to declare the structures at 1520 Wellington Street, 2803 College Street, 1819 Strange Street, 1220 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue, and 558 Peyton Avenue, public nuisances, and ordering them demolished.
Is anyone here that would like to speak during the course of any of these public hearings? If not, the public hearings are closed.
Presentation of petitions and other communications to the council. Sylvia Reed regarding Resolution 21969. This is the grant.
Ms. Reed? Did you sign in to speak, Ms. Reed?
Oh, to speak, oh, yeah, I'm sorry, it's not about a grant, though, it was an article.
Which one?
21969, concerning Stacey Dallas.
Yes, ma'am.
Say again?
Oh, that's the one you're talking about?
Yes, ma'am, she's calling you.
Oh, I thought thought she said, but I'm.
What number again, Rick?
21969.
I misunderstood her. I thought she said speaking on the grant. It was concerning 21969, concerning the authorization contract of Stacey Dallas Woodyard
Yes,
as a
ma'am.
victim advocate.
Right. And it's related to the United States Department of Justice Sexual Assault Kit Initiative Grant.
Yes, that's it. I'm sorry, I just heard wrong.
No, that's all right.
Okay, my name is Sylvia Reed. I reside at 1783 Princeton Wood Drive, in Mobile. And I want to speak on this situation. I have a article that I would like to submit before the council that I actually wrote in 2011, but I pulled it out of the computer in 2012 concerning Stacey Dallas. And what I want to bring before that, I came to Mobile in 2010, and I joined a church. Stacey Dallas was one of those persons that actually came very close with my family. In that church, I was already hurt. My husband had died from a medical, I call it medical murder, but I was already dealing with some confusion. But Stacey Dallas is one of the main persons, and it took me a long time to actually come to be able to talk about this, but she was also one of the main person that befriended my family, and she actually sexually assaulted me with one man and two women. She is the second woman.
Ma'am.
I have this article wrote down.
Ma'am,
sir.
hold it. You way out of line.
I don't think so.
Hold
We talk
Ms.
about
Reed.
her.
Ms. Reed,
Okay.
first off, at the beginning of this meeting, I asked that you not mention
I'm sorry.
any individual name.
Oh, I'm sorry on that one then.
And what you are referencing, dealing with sexual assault,
Yes.
Lord knows those are serious issues.
Yes, sir. I did try to file charges on it
Well,
back then.
evidently it didn't go anywhere. All
Yes,
I'm
but
saying-
I have
Hold it,
paper
hold it, Ms.
proving
Reed,
that
Ms.
I
Reed,
actually
Ms.
did.
Reed, hold it. All that you saying is out of order.
Well, okay, let me get it in order then. I'm sorry about that, sir.
So,
Let me put things
let me
in
just
the
say this
order that
before you continue.
Okay,
We don't want to hear anything about your sexual assault. There's nothing we can do about that.
okay. Well, let me
Well, hold a minute,
reword
Ms.
it
Reed,
then,
let me
sir.
finish. Keep your comments relative to, if you don't mind, you signed in to talk about
Her being, 21.
969.
Yes, and it was concerning her as a advocate for victim, as a victim advocate coordinator related to USDO sexual assault kit. So I thought that should be relevant to what I experienced, that, and I was going to ask that she not be allowed to do this because of what she had done, and because I personally had went to the police. I also went to Officer Barber and Pritchard trying to get all this together because of this woman. Now, if you permit her to do this, knowing the information I just presented, even though you said it was out of order,
Reed.
I'm sorry about
Ms.
it.
Reed.
I think that you would be doing
Ms.
a
Reed.
very wrong.
Ms. Reed, let me suggest this, because I don't want to.
I'm true.
I'm not disputing the validity of nothing you're saying, and I'm not agreeing with it either.
Okay.
All I'm saying is the chief of police is right here.
I got
The public
stuff I
safety
wrote
director
on
is
the
right there. They would be the better persons for you to address your concerns to. And after hearing what you have to say to them,
Well, I hope you
if they want
consider
to
not
make,
doing it.
if they want to make modifications and apprise us those modifications, they'll have that ability.
Okay, now.
So I'm gonna ask, get with the chief, please, and with the public safety director. This is not the proper venue for the commentary you're offering right now.
Mr. President, you may want
I'll
to,
say one more thing. My phone was stolen out there by someone in here, right on First out there also.
I hope you find it. Somebody
I hope
dial a
so.
phone for it. They probably
Because
can
it's
dial it
government
for you
related.
while you exit the room. If they'll try to find it for you.
If this be allowed, you're gonna
Ms.
make a big
Reed,
deal.
your time is up.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, and I hope you find your phone.
And thank you for whatever.
Whatever, yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Reggie Hill regarding Resolution 31955. This is the authorizing a grant application with ADECA and the Census Grant Program.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
members of the council, Mayor Stimson, citizens and stakeholders of Mobile, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Reggie Hill, 1007 Center Street. Before I begin, I'd like to make two statements. First, I'd like to commend the students from FBLA with BC Rain for attending today. I hope that you remain engaged in the civic engagement process. It's very important that you keep doing exactly what you're doing. These real decisions for your quality of life are made. And secondly, there was a discussion this morning. I just wanted to clarify the definition of what a speaker is. A speaker is anyone who signs in before 2 p.m. on Thursday, and anyone who signs in to speak to an item on the agenda.
Mr.
And
Hill.
So that would mean that any individual.
Mr. Hill. Mr. Hill.
Those times. Yes, sir.
Hold it now, come on, Mr. Hill. I know you called. You signed in specifically to deal with what agenda item, Madam City Clerk?
955.
319555. If you could,
I'm
make your
there,
comments
Mr.
pertinent to the
President.
item you signed in
I'm
to.
there, but I think we need to identify what speakers are, because there was a lot of confusion.
Mr. Hill,
on what
all I'm
speakers are
saying,
today.
I'm charged with following the rules.
I hope that you would.
Call in,
You
sign up.
signed
Reggie.
in
Call in,
to
sign up,
speak
you know
on
the
the
rules.
agenda item. Could you please make your comments pertinent to the agenda item?
I believe that all of that is pertinent to the agenda, because the only way I can address the agenda is as a speaker. And so I want
Mr.
to make
Hill,
sure
I'm
the
gonna ask you one
definition
more time.
of the speaker was identified.
If you could begin
So
your
on
commentary.
the agenda item 31955, there was a link on the website that did not offer anything but a resolution. And resolution implied that it would allow the mayor the privilege to go forth and apply for the contract, as well as receive it, things of that nature. But there was no details in any of the information. And so when we're looking at all the things that are happening now within the city of Mobile, particularly in areas where I'm pretty sure a lot of those young people live, where we're seeing where this census is going to be so important. The census is going to be so important to collect the information that determines how we are represented, collectively, actually, because we know that even with the Zogby Act, we're supposed to be reflecting the representation of the city, the number of citizens within the city. And so it's very extremely important that we get an accurate number of the citizens within the city. So with us just putting a resolution on the website saying that we're going to allow the administration to accept and receive it, but without giving the details about what's actually going to be done with that, and then with us just passing this budget and saying that, excuse me, we're going to have a match as well, a local match. That's what it said on the resolution within the website. So I would like to know where those resources are going to come from to match that. I'd also like to know what is entailed with what we're doing, what are the responsibilities of the city in regards to this census contract that we're entering, because it's a very dangerous time right now. A lot of the transformative things going on in the city of Mobile, a lot of resources being invested into particular areas. I'm a little concerned about what we're going to do with the resources to maybe manipulate agendas, ideological justifications, things we want to see done within the city. So I just want to get some clarity on what exactly we're going to do with the resources, where we're going to get the funding to match it from the city, and what are the expectations from applying and accepting and receiving this grant.
Mr. Public Safety Director, I see you reaching.
This on the census grant, is that what we're?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the match is actually an in-kind match, the time of our employees. The grant itself will be to market for a good, solid count, or to let people know about the census and how important it is for the city of Mobile as well as the state of Alabama.
Mr. Chairman, will any of that information be provided?
What bill is that?
The first. Will any of that information be provided so that the citizens can have access to the specific details of what we're going to do with the grant? Because we've seen a lot of times where resources have been allocated for something and maybe not dispersed in the manner that it was actually allocated. And so we just want to, again, the census is extremely important to resources that come into our communities. And so I'm just a little skeptical about what could be done with the resources when we don't have any details. We're rolling out, we're voting on it, but there's no details other than accept, approve, and receive. So I just want to have a little more information. I hope that you will follow up with that and see if we can get something at least posted on the website.
Yes, sir.
At minimum. Thank you for.
Thank you.
Resolutions held over. 08942, 943, and 944 are approving purchase orders to Cusco Sports Lighting for lighting Medal of Honor Park, to truck equipment sales, and to Gulf State Distributors for weapons for police department.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
21945, authorized contract amendment with Clark Gear Latham and Associates for master service agreement for engineering services to optional right-of-way permit application reviews under contract. The legal department has asked that this be laid over 1 week.
Move to lay over 1 week.
Second.
Proper motion is second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
21946, contract with Johnson Controls Fire Protection for Glad People Stadium replace fire panel. 60947, settlement agreement and release of claims. 21948, authorized contract with Concord Shore Services for cruise terminal shuttle service.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Items passed.
Consent resolutions being introduced, 31954 through 58973.
Motion to suspend the rules for immediate consideration for consent resolution 31-954 through 58-973.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Aye. Opposed?
31954, authorized grant application to Aftermath Services in support of the Mobile Police Department K-9 unit. 31955, authorized grant application to the Alabama Department of Economic and Community Affairs for census grant program. 40, 956, 957, 958, and 959 and 960 are declaring structures public nuisances and ordering them demolished. 58, 961, and 973 are declaring weeds noxious and authorizing removal of weeds, groups 1601 and 1599.
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair, just very briefly, going back to 31955, this is that grant application for ADECA on the census. We did speak about this briefly this morning at pre-conference, and Director Barber said that this grant would be used primarily for promotions and marketing efforts to get the word out about the census, as you all may recall.
Any other discussion, Mr. Director?
I want to send you a breakdown of how that money will be spent on doing outreach, especially in areas that we know are undercounted. And so I'll send that to you for the record.
And then once I receive it, I'll make certain that Mr. Hill, you get that breakdown. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Items passed.
CIP resolutions being introduced, 21962 through 21963.
By council rules, this resolution will be laid over for 1 week.
Resolutions being introduced for the first time, 01964 through 60971.
By council rule, this resolution will be laid over for 1 week.
Call for public hearings, 41972, call for public hearing, rezone property at 5569 Plantation Road, South Plantation Road, 210 feet east of US Highway 90 West, from R1 to B3.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Public hearing is called.
Announcements.
We'll start with Mr. Williams.
Thank you very much. Oh, what a great day in Mobile, Alabama. That's the way I started some comments, where I had such a wonderful time and always welcomed at Ebenezer Baptist Church this weekend. And I will provide one of the agendas to the council president for his use if he would let. I would like to again congratulate Ebenezer Baptist Church for 150 years on Cottage Hill. Led now by my friend and pastor Rudolph Overstreet. What a church, what a place. It is really serving the people, not only of Cottage Hill, but of all the communities surrounding. And my congratulations to them for the 150 years, and my best wishes for all the years to come. Thank you.
Ms. Gregory?
Thank you, Mr. President. I, too, was involved in a couple of events in my district at churches one in the district, one outside the district. I was a part of the Pastor Appreciation Sunday at Smith Memorial AME Church in the Hillsdale community for the one-year anniversary for Pastor Joseph Rembert on Sunday, and I appreciate the invitation. As always, it's great to be a part of that church family. Then Sunday evening, I also was a part of the 40th anniversary of Christ United Methodist Church over on Grelot, and they had a real about 600 people and even had to turn some away to celebrate their 40th anniversary, a really great event, and I just congratulate both on these anniversaries. And to Pastor Rembert, I was especially happy to see him and listen to him say that he intends to be here for a while because he's doing such a great job in the community. And of course, I'm sure you all know that at Christ United, Pastor Jeff Spiller has retired, and so Pastor Dr. Couch is now the new pastor there, and we're there to discuss how things have changed, and then they're in there for the future. So a great way to spend my Sunday this past weekend. This Saturday, we have the annual Making Strides for Breast Cancer Awareness Month that starts at 9 o'clock at Bienville Square. Come on out, and if nothing else, just watch the sea of pink as we go all throughout downtown. It is amazing to see. There will be tents set up by sponsors and different organizations. It truly is a sight to behold. Of course, we're doing this as a way to raise money to fund research and to try to put a stop to breast cancer in this country and in this world. So just anyone who is interested, come on out. Not 9 o'clock, we'll be there. The Team Gina Warriors will be walking, and I will wearing a tutu and a pink wig. So if you don't think you recognize me, just check and see. You'll see the pink wig and sunglasses and a tutu, and that will probably be me. Although after watching everybody in the past couple of years, a lot of people will kind of look like that as well. Everybody dresses up and really makes a big deal out of having fun in this walk, but also promoting this cause and what we're out there to do. So at 9 o'clock, Bienville Square, we'll see you. Thank you.
President Small?
Thank you, President Manzi. I'd like to say to Councilwoman Gregory that today I wore my pink. I'm planning on wearing some pink next week. So next Wednesday, you should be able to wear your pink tutu to city council meeting before we all can enjoy and see the sights and everything.
If you're challenging me to do it, Mr. Small, I might very well do that.
But would like to remind the citizens of District 3, I have stated this before, and I will keep on stating this again, and also to the students of BC Rain High School, that I am a big advocate of BC Rain High School, not because it's in my district, but also because of the things that they have to offer there, such as aviation. And to just continue you students to look up the words of wisdom that Councilman Richardson gave you this morning. Remember it. The words that I gave you this morning, remember it, and encourage your fellow schoolmates. I mean, the aviation program is right there around the corner from you all at Airbus. You all have a program right there at BC Rain at school. Take advantage of it. A lot of kids, many places cannot say they have a program right there at that high school where they can go around the corner and get an apprentice job and also get a job in the future. Remember, take advantage of that, because you are sitting in a great place right now. You have more advantage over more students in this world where you're at right now by just being in the best place, which is District 3, BC Rain High School. So keep it up. And to the seniors, congratulations, and to the juniors and the sophomore, enjoy school and don't rush it. Thank you. Thank you, Vice President Manzi.
Yes, sir. Mr. David?
Thank you, sir. I'd like to remind the residents of District 5, we have our fall community meeting this evening at 6 o'clock p.m. at Westminster Presbyterian Church on the corner of Sage Avenue and Airport Boulevard. Our invited guests are Mayor Stimson, Public Safety Director Barber, and Public Services Director DeLapp. Again, that's this evening at 6 o'clock p.m., Westminster Presbyterian Church, corner of Sage and Airport. Thank you, sir.
Ms. Rich?
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to start out by saying that I received a phone call yesterday morning from a citizen informing me that there were dead fish everywhere at the lake in Tricentennial Park. So I headed on over there, and sure enough, the odor was very bad. Dead fish everywhere, large and small. So I called the Mobile County Health Department, and I informed them what was happening at the lake, and I asked them to test the water to determine what was causing the fish to die. I asked them to put a warning sign up because people were out there fishing. Mary called me. She was over there and said people over there still fishing. I wanted him to put a sign up warning the people not to fish because we don't know what's causing the fish to die. And I wanted a public service announcement made about Tricentennial Park so everybody would get a chance to know. If you're going over there intending to fish, because it's a great place to fish, do not go over there and fish until.
Don't let your dogs drink out of the park.
No doubt about it. Got a call into my office yesterday evening from Dr. Asho saying wasn't nothing they could do, that they went over there, but he says the ADEM issue, that ADEM would have to come and do something about that. Well, when we had sewage spills in the 3 Mile Creek, didn't nobody wait on ADEM. They put signs up to saying, don't eat fish. Warning signs. I don't believe we need ADEM to print no sign up. I don't believe you need no authority. You may not can say exactly what's wrong in the water, but I believe if the purpose of the health department is to protect the health of the citizens in Mobile County. So if it's a possibility that you can catch a fish, cook it and eat it, and it can harm you in any way, I believe a sign should be put up saying, don't fish in the lake. I couldn't get a sign put up. So I called Casey Calloway from Mobile Bay Keepers. Her people are over there right now testing the water. And she said they can't test for all chemicals, but they can test for some chemicals, and what in test for, they will test, and she said we'll need 24 hours. By 12 o'clock tomorrow, we will have a result of our test. We can tell you what we found in that water. We were told from the health department that one possibility is that clippings from the grass may have seeped in the water and is now killing the fish. We opened Tricentennial Park in 2002. They've been cutting the grass over there since 2002. We have not seen a dead fish. Unless the city of Mobile is putting dangerous chemicals on the grass, this should not be happening. It doesn't matter. I don't care if it's dead fish, rotten dirt. I don't care what it is. If it's killing the fish, citizens ought to be warned not to eat the fish, not to catch the fish until they can abate the problem as far as I can determine, and I will not stop until something happens. I notified the mayor and the administration, and I know when we got our charter from the legislature, they gave us public safety. They did not give us public health. They gave public health to the county. It's Mobile County Health Department. I just want the administration, because the Parks Department is over that park, but we don't have the apparatus to go out there and determine the chemicals in the water. We don't have all of that. But I want the citizens out there to know that if you frequent Tricentennial Park, until we get a definitive answer as to what is killing our fish, do not fish in Tricentennial Park until we get an answer as to what's going on. And hopefully, by 12 o'clock tomorrow, by noon tomorrow, we'll have that announcement. And I'll publish it wherever I can. I notify the news media. I put it on Facebook. I shout it from the housetop. I do all I can to get the word out as what is happening at Tricentennial Park, because it's probably the third most popular park in the city. I'm very proud of Tricentennial Park. It's full, just about full every evening. People are over there. I went by there this morning, and they was out there early this morning just enjoying the park. And I'm sad that something of that magnitude is happening. I at least think an effort ought to be made to get all of those dead fish out of the lake. And I think any of those dead fish with all that odor ought to be in the lake. And I will contact the state people about reseeding the fish, coming to see if we need new fish in there, what we need to do. I'll get right on top of it once we can determine that the water is safe. To the citizens in Midtown, we will be holding our Midtown community meeting this Thursday at 6 o'clock at the Ashland Place United Methodist Church, starting at 6 o'clock. Asking all our citizens in the Midtown community, you always come out. We got the rain out of the way last night. It ought to be a good evening, Thursday evening. Asking you to come out and be informed, and inform me as to the issues you think I need to be working on. I know for a fact that we're going to be talking about sidewalks, 3 Mile Creek walking trail, drainage construction on Florida Street. New businesses are coming to Midtown. We're going to have a public safety update. You would have an opportunity to tell me whatever it is you want me to know. It's going to be your time. I'm closing out, Mr. President, to say yesterday, last week I received a letter from the Alabama Restaurant and Hospitality Association, and they was informing me that I was selected as a finalist for the 2019 Star of the Industry Award, and they're going to have a ceremony for all of the finalists to be honored on November the 11th in Mountain Brook, Alabama. It's going to be a gala and a dinner following all of this. I'm asking, I was hoping the mayor would stay, I'm asking the mayor and the council to please join me in Birmingham in that this is a prime opportunity for us to promote the city of Mobile. I was selected based on the moon pie drop. It's nothing in the central time zone and on New Year's Eve that can preempt the moon pie drop, and they calculated from 2007 to now the impact of the moon pie, and that's how I got nominated in the first place. But when we get up there, we're going to have people in this industry from all over the state and all over the region, and it's our time to promote Mobile. And I would like to have as many of my colleagues and the mayor as possible up there to help promote the city of Mobile. And we intend to use this to help swell our crowd for New Year's Eve, help fill up all of our hotels and motels and restaurants on New Year's Eve. And by the way, we plan on having the wave start picking people up at 8 o'clock, and they would pick up and they would pick you up until 1:30 in the morning. So this business about transportation, you don't know where to park for that. Get on the bus, drop you off downtown. When you get ready to go, it'll take you back to your car, and it's not going to get much better than that. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Richardson, and congratulations. Yes, sir. Ms. Rich?
Thank you very much. I would be remiss if I didn't weigh in on the fact that I was not able to vote on this past the budget that just got approved at the special call meeting. I've never missed a budget vote. I had asked my colleagues to hold off until I returned. I had a vacation that was planned many, many months ago, not something just at the last minute or on a whim. And request to hold over something as big as the budget was honored this year for another council person, but my office was not able to prevail. I will be writing an op-ed. I will not tie up this council during announcements to talk about my disappointment on that and the fact that the other issues on that special call meeting, our attorney opined to this council that when you lay something off onto a next agenda item, it is a regular council meeting. It's my understanding that advice was given by the mayor's attorney, and the council took that advice over the city council's attorney. I find that most distressing for numerous reasons, because we have a separation of powers, and we have the reason for that is the check and balance, which should always be honored, respected, and kept in place. By using the advice of the mayor's attorney to talk about the rules and the regulation of a city council meeting seems totally out of order in my opinion, so I just wanted to articulate that. Tonight there is a public safety meeting, town hall, to take place at Murphy High School, and it goes from 6 until 8:30. Ran into the director of public safety in the elevator, and I would love to afford the opportunity to the people out in the district that represent to have a similar type of forum, and I'll be getting with the one venue that it can be housed in the district, which is the senior center, to find out which evening to try to coordinate all the times for something like that, because I feel that those kind of town hall meetings are so valuable. I hope people take advantage of the one today, and I look forward to hosting one in the district in the very near future. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rich. I just want to state for the record that prior to calling last Thursday's special call meeting, I consulted with the very same attorney just referenced by my colleague on each and every individual item, and was given the explicit okay that we could move forward affirmatively. 2 hours to the called meeting, we received almost a 3-page dissertation as to why we could not move forward. Our council attorney was on vacation. My colleague was on vacation, and the business of the city moved forward. We had an opinion from our city attorney that was adverse to the opinion we received from Ms. Cochran. Notice the root word in all I'm saying, opinion. There are probably 4 million lawyers across this country. And if you put a piece of law in front of them, all of them are going to give you their opinion. We don't have rulings from attorneys. We have opinions. And as one of our senior colleagues often say, the ruling authority of the city of Mobile is the city council. The city council was properly called to order. The agenda was properly adopted. And the majority of the elected members of this council didn't give their opinion, they gave their ruling as it relates to 4 very important issues for this council and before this city. And so that's my take on it. We've had the meeting, we're moving forward, and I look forward to reading any op-ed issued by members of this council, and might write my own, because I would have an interesting story to tell. Mr. Clerk?
Mr. President, I neglected to announce that next week's meeting will be held on Wednesday, October the 30th. The pre-meeting will start at 11 a.m. and the regular meeting will start at 12:30.
Thank you, Madam City Clerk. Any more business, any announcements from the administration?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Probably moved and second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Meeting is adjourned.